Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai Satcharitra, an Insight, Episode 162. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Devotees, we were listening to the divine sport played by Neelamega Perumal at Tirukannapuram to one of his ardent devotees, Munayodaran. Tirukannapuram is famous for Pongal Prasadam and is popularly known as Munayodaran Pongal. Let's listen to this Leela now. Munayodaran makes a dish out of lentil and rice, generously cooked with ghee, known as Pongal, to offer it to the Lord as prasadam for his night puja service. For this sake, Munayodaran makes the butter, and out of the fresh ghee he cooks the rice and lentils. One night he got delayed with his cooking, and the temple priest performed the night puja to the Lord and locked the temple without Munayodaran offering the Pongal Prasadam. He was sad that he couldn't offer it on time in the temple. So, praying to the Lord heart to heart, he made his offering at home. At that very moment, the bells in the temple started ringing. Everyone was surprised to hear the bell noise as the temple was already locked, and wondered from where the noise was coming from. The people, including the priest, came running in front of the temple to know the reason behind that. So they quickly opened the temple entrance and then the sanctum sanctorum. As soon as they entered the temple, they were all astonished by the beautiful aroma of the pongal. While they were pondering about it, another surprise was in store for them. A crumb of pongal was stuck to the lips of the Lord in the temple. The priest was taken aback at this sight, as he just finished the puja and there was absolutely no trace of any food on the Lord's lips, whereas in no time the temple bells rang, and when they opened the temple, the aromatic smell of the pongal was so strong, and then they have an unbelievable sight to behold. At that time, Munayodaran also came running towards the temple to see the wonder, and everyone realized that the Lord has accepted the humble and loving prasadam of the pongal offered by Munayodaran at his home, and played this divine sport to exhibit his devotion to the others. From then, regularly during the night puja of Neelamega Perumal, Pongal is being offered to the Lord and came to be popularly known as Munayodaran Pongal. This Leela is parallel to the miracle played by Lord Sainath to the Burhanpur lady. That lady, she was persistent that day to offer khichdi to Lord Sai Baba, and her loving offering was recognized and accepted by Sri Sainath Maharaj by letting her to even open the curtain that was drawn in the sanctum sanctorum of Dwarakamai. Thus, Sri Sainath Maharaj has bestowed many unfathomable leelas for his devotees to experience. Now, let us listen to the leela of another big sparrow drawn to Shiradi. He is none other than Megha. Who is Megha? How was he drawn to Shirdi? What divine sport of Sri Sai Maharaj he experienced, and how he became one of the best devotees of Sri Sai Baba can be heeded now. Megha was his name, and he was from Viramgam village in the state of Gujarat. He was a very simple person and was not financially sound. Megha was born in a Brahmin family but didn't know the Gayatri mantra or the ritual of Sandhya Vandanam. He was very devoted to Lord Shiva and knew to chant the 5-syllabled mantra, so it was ever on his lips and led a very orthodox life. His birthplace, Viramgam, is situated in Ahmedabad district and the neighboring district was Kheda. And Rao Bahadur Harivinayak Sate was the deputy district collector of Kheda. In the earlier episodes, we have already discussed about Harivinayak Sate, who had constructed a vada in Shirdi to enable the devotees visiting to Shirdi to stay, and this was done during the sojourn of Sri Sai Baba in Shirdi. Harivinayak Sate, being an orthodox Brahmin, was looking for a Brahmin cook. At that time, Megha got an opportunity to meet Harivinayak Sate at Kheda and got appointed as his cook. Harivinayak Sate was greatly moved by the orthodox living and loving devotion of Megha to Lord Shiva. At the same time, he was concerned of the spiritual progress of Megha and felt the need to teach him the chief mantra, the Gayatri and the Sandhya. So, Sate taught the Gayatri mantra and then the procedure to perform the Sandhya Vandanam. Thus, the two most important rituals that were to be performed by a Brahmin were taught to Megha by Sate. Megha considered Sate as his own guru and had great reverence for him. Devotees, it is immaterial to debate if Sate should be regarded as a guru by Megha, but the one who imparts the knowledge of the Vedas and the rituals mentioned in it without any self-motive can be respected as a guru. So Megha too had the gratitude and respect for Harivinayak Sate as that of a guru than that of a boss. Sate felt that Megha must evolve spiritually and considered that to be his responsibility to guide him. He felt that it is not proper to just keep Megha as his cook and curtail his spiritual progress, but should send him to a place where he can do his spiritual practices and remain devoted to Lord Shiva. Sate, also being an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva, thought it would be appropriate to send Megha to serve in Lord Shiva temples. In the district of Kheda, there is a place known as Broj, now popularly called as Bharuch. Sate sent Megha to a Shiva temple at Bharuch to serve the Lord. Megha was immensely happy and served the Lord over there. At this instance, it is necessary for us to know the significance of the place Bharuch. This place is considered more important for the spiritual development of a person because this Bharuch, formerly known as Broj, is where the ashram of the great sage Bhrigu was situated and worship of Lord Shiva was performed. The glory of Broj is also mentioned in the Skanda Puranam. It says, once the sage Bhrigu was seated on a kachabam, that is a tortoise, and visited this place. Hence, it was known as Bhrigasav and has been known by various names in different eras. As years passed by, it came to be known as Bhrigaza and later abridged to Broj. Finally, it is called as Bharuch. This place is also considered as the abode of goddess Mahalakshmi. This place is situated on the mouth of the river Narmada. This sacred river Narmada is known as the Rudra Deham, and taking a dip in this holy river will instantly burn the karmas of the person. Hence, it is believed that the one who sheds their mortal coil in the river Narmada would traverse the cycle of birth and death and get merged with the immortal. Thus, Bhrigu Maharishi beseeched the consent of Goddess Mahalakshmi to permit him to stay in her abode temporarily, as he felt that this would be the most appropriate place for him to leave his mortal body, says Skanda Purana. Such is the glory of this place. Even today, the lineage of Bhrigu Maharishi, known as Bhargava Brahmins, reside in this place. They are great Vedic scholars, and it is believed that their spiritual supremacy extends up to Kashi. This is also the abode of 9 Swayambhu, that is, self-manifested Shivalingas, and are named as Namnath, Jwalnath, Somnath, Bhimnath, Ganganath, Bhutnath, Pingalnath, Singnath, and Kashi Vishwanath. These 9 Shivalingams are situated at various places in Broj. Hence, this is also known as Navnath Kshetrams. Such is the significance of this place, Broj, entranced in divinity. And to this holy land, Sate sent Megha to serve his most revered deity, Lord Shiva. Megha was extremely happy and felt very blessed. He was wrapped in the serene atmosphere. At this point of time, one day, Harivinayak Sate told Megha that, "My Guru is Shirdi Sainath. He is an embodiment of Lord Shiva, and I wish that you serve him sincerely, and that would elevate you in your spiritual path." Also added, "I have a great desire to perform puja to him by bathing him with Godavari water and performing puja with Vilva leaves every day. And I am certain that you will be the right person to do that. So I am requesting you to please go and perform Shiva Puja to my Guru Sri Sai Baba. Will you do it?" Megha was quite hesitant to go from Broj, the abode of Navnathas, but he considered Sate as his own Guru. Hence, he couldn't deny, so he decided to go. When he told his acquaintances about his journey to Shirdi, one of them commented that Sri Sai Baba was a Mohammedan. Megha was a very orthodox Brahmin. Hearing this, he was extremely shocked and thought, "Oh, should I go and worship after all a Mussalman?" He couldn't accept that his Guru's Guru can be a Muslim. He was unable to believe this, hence he decided to get it clarified from Sate. So Megha asked, "What caste does Sri Sainath belong to?" Sate said, "I am not aware of his caste or creed, but as Sri Sai Baba resides in the masjid, few consider him as Avinda." Avinda means the one whose ears are not pierced. As per Hinduism, ear piercing is one of the important samskaras out of the 16. These rituals were strictly adhered by every Hindu. So, as Sri Sai Baba's ears are not pierced, he was known as Avinda. Megha's heart shattered. He was religiously and devotedly performing puja to Lord Shiva in the holy abode of Broj, and now he has been asked to go to Shirdi and perform this very auspicious puja to a Muslim. And the instruction is from the person whom he considered as his spiritual guru. He was greatly saddened. He knew that Sate would be annoyed if he denied to go. but he also felt that he would be spiritually pulled down if he would go. Hemat Panji describes the situation of Megha as the one left between the sea and the devil. Left with no choice, Megha decided to go to Shirdi, and Sate's father-in-law was Dada Saheb Kelkar. An introductory letter was written by Sate and sent to him along with Megha that says, a devotee by name Megha would come to Shirdi, and he will be performing puja to Sri Sai Baba with vilva leaves, and so please make the necessary arrangements for this person. Megha reached Shirdi with this letter, and for the first time he stepped near the doorsteps of Dwaraka Mai. Sri Sainath was enraged and began to scream at the top of his voice, "Rascal! Be aware if you step into Dwaraka Mai. This place is inhabited by a Muslim. What do you think of yourself? You are a high caste Brahmin and I, the lowest of the low. If you come here, you will be defiled. Go back. That stupid Sate has no brains." The moment Megha heard these words, he was perplexed and wondered how did Sri Sai Maharaj knew my inner thoughts. Everyone present there trembled with fear. Megha didn't speak a word. He never said that he was sent by Sate. The thoughts that crowded in his mind about Sri Sai Baba happened at Broch, that was approximately 350 miles away from Shirdi, and the same is crystal clear to Sri Sainath Maharaj. Megha's opinion was that he was a high caste Brahmin and Sri Sai Maharaj was a low caste Muslim. The pronouncements of Sri Sai Maharaj made it obvious for Megha that he is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. Megha was awestruck at the same time. He was upset to see the anger of Sri Sai Maharaj. He wanted to go closer to Sri Sai, so he tried to slowly progress towards the sanctum sanctorum. Seeing this, Sri Sai Baba raised his hand to throw stones at him. The anger looked like another Rudram for Megha. He was scared to see this, so began to move backwards. He quietly sat down in the Sabha Mandap looking at Sri Sai. Many came and told him that Sri Sai Maharaj's anger is superficial, and so not to mind that, as his heart is softer than butter and full of compassion. Megha now understood the good intentions of his Guru Sate. Though he wanted to commence his services to Sri Sai Maharaj, his mind is not totally convinced, as he was always engrossed in the worship of Lord Shiva. His mind is still perplexed. Though he tried to perform the puja, his attempts were futile. So with a heavy heart, he stayed for a few weeks and decided to move out of Shirdi. From there, directly he went to Nasik to have darshan of Lord Triambakeshwar, one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. There he performed Shiva Puja and stayed for nearly 1.5 years. Still, his mind didn't attain any peace. With a perturbed mind, he returned to Kedar district, that is to his hometown. He was still restless. At this situation, he got severe fever and was bedridden. His mind was pondering on his Shirdi darshan and was always engrossed in Sri Sai's thoughts. Few days after his fever reduced, he went to a Shiva temple near his home, and when he joined his palms to offer his salutations to the Lord, there, in the place of the Shivalingam, he saw the image of Lord Sri Sainatha. Megha was baffled to see Lord Sainath manifesting on the Avudayar, which was one of the greatest blessings bestowed by Sri Sai Baba upon him. This was unbelievable for him. He was wondering if that was his imagination or is it true. So, as his Guru Sate had earlier voiced out that Sri Sai Baba is an embodiment of Lord Shiva, is Sri Sai Baba, Lord Sai Shankar, he wanted to go again to Shiradi and get his thoughts clarified. Did Megha go to Shiradi? Was he able to approach Sri Sai Maharaj? How was he accepted by Sai Baba? And what divine experiences was he blessed with can be discussed in the coming chapters. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.